Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. So I just want to jump on with you guys today. This is like the third time I was trying to make this video for you guys, but understand that I got my PowerPoint over here on the left. So I'll be looking at my notes over here, but I just want to drop you this short video before anything else happens because as you can tell, I was gonna do a video with the baby carrier on, but I figured I got him to sleep. Figure I'd jump on, make this short 8-minute video, 10 minutes, and figure out how we can get you going in the right direction on this Monday morning so that you guys can move on with a better life that you guys actually have. Hey, what's up? Good morning, Wilfred. So here's the topic of the day, guys. Can you become someone no one thought you could be? I sit here as a prime example of how someone can take all the negativity, everything that I've been through, and there's a lot of things that I've been through in my life that I just want to say that if you ever think that you can be anything that you wanted to be and prove people wrong, including yourself, which is the number one thing you're going to be doing, is something that a lot of people, they don't want to step to the plate, or they want to figure out, like, is somebody going to do it for them? I'm here to tell you that everybody that thinks you can't do it, there's a lot of people here right now on this live video that has proven that they can do something more than what they accomplished, right? So let's start this PowerPoint. Usually I would have the thing on the screen, but baby might be crying, so I got to go attain to them. And I've been reading a lot of stuff, and I just want to shoot this because. So here we go, guys. Step by step, how you can become someone no one thought you could be, not even you. And then there's a few things that you have to understand, that you got to take all these blessings that you have, all these detrimental things that you've been through in life, that's going to make you understand that all those failures, all those struggles, all those things. Hey, Mr. Wilson, how you doing over there? And all those things that you have to say that has made you who you are today. Now, whether you stay in that same person or you want to become something better, usually I do these things to help motivate people on the Monday inspiration. And a lot of times there's people that just might like to hear, and I'm going to give you a quote excerpt or a quote video that I use on a daily basis from this YouTube video by He Motivation. I watch a lot of motivational stuff, and that makes me attuned to who I'm talking to, and then it does help me a lot, because this way I can share the message into everything else that you got going on. Because a lot of times somebody all just needs a kick in the butt or some spark that might move you in the right direction so that you can become the person no one thought you could be. Whether it's you're doing something for your business, it's finding self-help, becoming a life coach, becoming a mentor for other people. I get calls all the time, messages all the time that 20 years later, people that have changed their lives because, and I had a very colorful past in the beginning, but they always told me, I just got a message the other day, I'll never forget you for trying to take me off the streets. 20 years later, in fact, this was a message I just got because I wish a person that used to work for me a long time ago, that she'll never forget that I tried to take her off the street between the ages of 14 and 18 because she was on the streets doing stuff. So I gave her a direction path. And she said, 30 years later, you're still doing the same thing, just on a different platform. I said, exactly. It's always been in my heart to help the most people I can, whether it's using my knowledge, using the wisdom, being attuned with what you want, how you want it, where you want it, and then figure out but that's just enough about me. This is all about you guys, right? So why is this certain channel so important that you guys might want to look at, right? This channel brings motivation, inspiration, and certain things of millions of people. And in my opinion, they take the best of relevant speakers and chop up the little quotes and make very inspirational topics that I take from that I share with you guys. You can find them on YouTube when you're feeling a little doubt about yourself. Just listen to them. I listen to them before I even start my morning. Like, Ruby, come on, girl, making video, right? Sorry guys. But find them on YouTube, and when you're feeling a little bit of doubt, just listen and absorb, and I promise you will get something out of it, right? So my other topic was the aha moment or big idea here is Basically, you know what I mean? The big idea here is slowly but surely you can and will become that person, that coach, that husband, that father, that wife, that sister, that daughter, that mentor that you know you can be, and who sets the examples for others to follow, who has been down that same rocky path. You know what I mean? Sure, you might have some certain things that you might be doing. Sure, you might have some experiences that you want to share to the world so that nobody takes that same path. I do that with the Real Talk program with this youth. You know what I mean? And from whether you're going to be doing something good for yourself or others, and be able to prove to not just other people, the most important person you're going to prove it to is actually going to be to yourself. You know what I mean? And there's an accomplished feeling knowing that hey Julian, hey Ma, Lori, how's it going? So you mean a lot of the times people look at certain things and understand that they have a value. They have inspirational qualities. They have things that they want to give to certain people. And it's time to dig that, whether you're at work, whether you're coaching kids, whether you're doing something for other people, whether you're a spiritual coach and or inspirational stylist, or even doesn't matter what field you're picking in, right? So here's how this applies to us and improving one's character, guys, right? Number one, start making a difference. Look around that circle that you have around you. Make a draw a diagram and then figure out who's gonna be listening, who's gonna be actually hearing your words on a daily basis. Because let's face it, guys, if you can give a little piece of yourself, because it moves you to have endorphins when you're giving some sort of value, or you're going to be some insights that you don't want them doing that same road, that same path that you have. Number two, can you set the example for others to follow? One of the main things that I promised myself is to set an example with all the pain, the suffering, the tears, the cries, the emotions that I never had. I don't want nobody to feel the same way as that. So what I do now, and I hope you do it for yourself, is to use that as the biggest vibration, the energy, the light that's in you, to share it with other people so that they can move in the direction they want. Let's face it, guys, you are the beacon. You know what I mean? And I keep telling this even with this other coaching program that I'm a part of. Basically, you have to become the example and you have to lead by that, because let's face it, a lot of people need direction. And why not be the person giving that direction, whether it's crafting, personal development, coaching, doesn't matter. And to become the person that wants to move people forward in their life. Some people, they don't want to hear it, and I get it. But that's all right, because it all takes time. I didn't want to hear it in the past. I could tell you a short story about it, but then that would take a whole another 20 minutes. I don't want to do that. So use those lessons as blessings for you, yourself, and your family, so that you can move on and help other people do that. So guys, let's put this into action, right? Just keep it short, fast, simple, and something that might be able to push you in the right direction. Start breaking the habits that are not getting you anywhere. Whether you're hanging around the wrong people, whether you're doing something that is not beneficial to your inner being, that might be something you might have to look at and start moving away from. Stop complaining if you're not willing to work at change. Working at change is one of the biggest things that I can say. You become this person, a different person in this process, and you're going to be happy about it, because you're going to look back 1 month from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, who you became, and then you're going to regret wasting all that time. The better time to do it is just start now, whether you're scared of it, you're uncomfortable, you're even like this techie stuff, right? This techie stuff, or you're going to nerd out on something, or just nerd out on yourself being attuned with yourself. And then number 3, start mirroring other people's successful habits, right? So a lot of the times we mirror other people. Why not mirror the books they read, the things they do, the habits that they have? Slowly but surely, you're going to figure out that these people do some things different that you might not. It might be something small. It might be waking up 15 minutes ahead of your clock schedule, not wasting the time on stuff that doesn't matter for your future. Your future with what time you have is what's the most valuable thing people have that they take granted for. You might do things like jump on a webinar, listen to other YouTube videos, pay the courses that you need to get to that level that you want to. Go out and go to events and meet people and see what they're doing and become actually friends. I'm in a lot of groups that do certain things, whether it's marketing, sales, self-help, self-improvement, coaching, mastery, program, all this stuff. I'm in a lot of groups, copy, sales, messaging, all this stuff that I compile a lot of these information and I share them with other people. So all I'm doing is becoming a connector, so that this person who I might be helping that needs certain things, because I'm in tune with what they want, I want them to just move on. And this is what's been working. I could tell you a lot of examples of what's going on in the world and what's changing, but that'll be like a whole different other webinar. We keep this structure. Watch videos, look at what other successful people are reading. I'm reading this book right now by Dan Pink, and I learned something really, really, really good, because for years I've been trying to find out what quality do I have. Am I an introvert? Am I extrovert? The term clinically used for what he is called I'm called an ambivert. And an ambivert is having that balance between being an extrovert and an introvert in between, and learning how to move people in the right direction. And that's one of the books that kind of like brought a big eye opening for me, because I always knew there was something different about other people, and if I can move them in the right direction, that would be something that would be actually helpful for the things that I do in life. All right, guys. And so, by the way, most people, even like for myself right now, most people that really need to hear this, might not even want to change for the better. They might be comfortable in their life, but in the background, they're always looking for something that gonna get them rich faster. Save money, avoid time, avoid effort, and actually want to sit on the couch and do jack shit, right? But I'm here to tell you, but if you're watching this and you're not going through all my babble, then I encourage you to take small steps towards whatever you want to accomplish, and figure out how we can get you in that better place of your life, whether it's something small. It can be something small. Small accomplishments go a long way with what you got going on in your life, right? So let's see, if you're an achiever who seriously wants to really make this work for you, I'd like to invite you to watch more of these videos. Share them with people that, tell them a personal story about how you met me, what I've done, what you've seen, how things have changed for you since wanting. And I'll be posting more of these videos. So what I do is I try to write a blog post. I'm just being real honest with you with the content that's being done on this video. So what I do is I transcribe it, I turn it into a piece of content, and I put it on my blog, I put it on my YouTube, I put it on Vimeo, I put it on Instagram, right? So this way more people can gain the knowledge that they're looking for, because people are looking for knowledge. Why not make you the person of that knowledge and figure out how you can help? Because it's always going to be about you, my viewers. It's always going to be about my clients. It's going to be all about the people I want to touch. Because when I'm going to give you a short story, right? How do I know I've been blessed, right? It's going to be when I was worried about certain things when Andin was born. So we had a prayer. Andrew got blessed. Andin got blessed. And just so happened, the person blessing me was a retired federal probation officer. When he blessed Andrea before we had Andin, right? A main thing happened. What happened was I was praying also. I was on the chair for wishing nothing in my past comes up, have a healthy boy. Andrew comes out every life. But there was a warmth that came over me that I cannot describe. And that was just a warmth of everything that I knew from before, everything that happened in the past, everything got all washed away in this gooey glow thing that helped me understand that he exists. And so, when you open up your heart to the man up above, whoever you believe in, and stuff like that, understand that he's going to be protecting you, and understand that I never had this feeling before. And I just want to share that with you. And usually I would put that in a story, but I just had this inclination to bring it out because now I know the purpose of why I'm here, why I'm still here, why I'm not still locked up, is to touch you guys, to touch people that come in contact with you, me, people, to move in the right direction so that you can have. All right, guys. So if you want more of this type of content, head over to, you can find me on all social media channels. I'll be posting us on my blog and doing things for you. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful Monday, guys. And remember, guys, the more you give, the more you're going to get. So understand and be kind to people. A lot of times there's not enough kindness in the world that should be going around. And I just wanted to wish you a happy Monday. Stay blessed. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.